welcome to Dice Friends. Oh no, Ben's noticed something that the keen-eyed among you will also notice.
I lost my boy.
Serge is not here this week. He is on his annual family vacation. And he is coming, well, I guess he's probably driving right now. Coming back to town, so he is missing tonight's session. But that's okay. I found a plot reason why Molander isn't here. So that's fine. And I will mention that in the actual podcast version as well. Sir, I think this is Valencia's stand-in, right?
Yes. Yeah. We don't actually have any dog plushes in the entire Moonbase.
No,
so this is
no, mail time.
Damn it. But this is a combination of a goat and the lion mask.
Plausibly dog-like.
Yeah, so it's the stand-in for Valencia, but if you need a name for it, I call it
goat, lion. That's
Edward.
a chimera.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
literally a chimera.
Edward.
It now needs a scorpion tail, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
It's like little paws with claws that come out, but the claws are just cloven hooves. Ew.
Yeah.
No, please don't mail us any dogs, but thank you. So I see a lot of people here from the Loading Ready Run community. Thank you very much. But hopefully we do have some people here from the D&D community. If you've never seen Bylaw and Order before, well, guess what? You can catch up on the previous 6 episodes, which are all on the D&D and our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. But this is, I think this is a good place to just sort of drop in, honestly. There a lot of stuff has been established, but this will be a fun session. This is a lighthearted, goofy campaign. You know what? There can't always be. Not everyone can save the world. Was my brief for this, or my personal thought. But some people can work hard to make things a little better for everyone else, which is what our party's trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hot dogs will be choice after this.
Yeah.
Success will be determined at the end of the run.
Yes, exactly.
That's fair. Maybe what if we fail?
Look, if you just stay behind me, follow my lead, we'll all get out of this with a good performance review.
Okay. Like even if we don't, even if we fail, like we'll have done something, and someone can pick up the reins. Just listen to me, and nobody will get written up. Okay. Over what's going to happen here. I'm excited about not getting any disadvantage in combat today. I miss you, Serge.
I actually referenced that in my in-session explanation of why Serge isn't here. So with that out of the way, one more thing. Chat, I can see you all, and I truly appreciate it, but while the actual session is going, we are going to be hiding that, you could talk amongst yourselves. We're not going to see you. Make jokes. If somebody's going back and watch the VOD, we can see your comments later. Heather will see them, and she can respond to them. I forgot to send you something in Slack, Heather.
Whoops.
I guess it's not going on the overlay.
I'll figure it out on the way there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right. So, thanks everybody. Goodbye, chat. We'll see you in about 2 hours, and let us get our session underway. Hello and welcome to Session 7 of Bylaw and Order. As a little bit of universe-breaking information, there is no Serge here this week. He is on a family vacation, therefore Molander will be written out for plot purposes in this session, but we'll be back in Session 8, 9, and 10. But let's introduce our players. Who have we got here?
Hey, how's it going? I am Ben, and I will be playing the character of Nog the Goblin, as well as my faithful companion, Valencia, the dog. I am a member of the Boros Legion, and I'm kind of the muscle of the party in heavy quotation marks. I'm here to ensure that we get from point A to point B with minimal teeth getting knocked out of our skulls.
Speaking of teeth getting knocked out, Cameron.
Hi, I'm Cameron, and I'll be playing Avenir. Avenir is a fourth category allocutor with the Azoria Senate, and I'm running him as a inquisitive rogue. He's 3rd level, and he just wants to get through life without getting yelled at. He used to believe in things.
That's a good aspiration.
All right, and I'm Ian, and I will be playing today, as I have been all campaign, God willing, the character of Enor, who is a 3rd level wizard, a Bylaw mage in the Azoria Syndicate. He's there. Senate, Syndicate, it doesn't really matter too much to me. I'm just riding out my employment until I can get to retire and take advantage of this sweet, sweet reformed sausage.
It's like, those are 2 very different things.
Gonna get that sweet retirement gold locket.
And pawn it immediately for a vacation down to the southern plains.
Well, when we last left our party, they were on a real tear, having procured 6 of the 10 signatures they needed in order to ratify the Unified Ravnican Sausage Standard, bracket ASURSS, end bracket, number 2309-76-19. And although the average Ravnican wouldn't be able to truly appreciate this frankly astonishing feat of administrative diplomacy, if there's one thing they'd be guaranteed to appreciate even less, it would be finding out that it's currently legal to make sausages that are, by volume, 3% dandruff. Additionally, our heroes have been keeping...
it changes a bit every time,
and
this is the one that got me.
Yeah. Like, ew, my hot dog has an ingrown hair.
Yeah, I was like, insects, yeah, that sucks pretty bad. And then there was like one other one, they're like, no, that's pretty bad. But the dandruff, I'm like, ugh.
Let me tell you about the wonder of chitin for your joints.
I would honestly eat an insect before I eat human dander.
Boy, do I have bad news for you.
We have good news about the new law you're passing. It has a much expanded and clarified definition of allowable chitin.
Oh, good. Sweet.
Anyhow, additionally, our heroes have been keeping busy finding exciting mushrooms, discovering a new appreciation for the talents of the Kapitsa Dirac University's cosplay club, and agreeing to help the Izzet League collect a $40,000 Xeno repair bill that has helpfully been addressed to a Golgari buffoon. In additional additions, Molander, the party's resident druid, healer, and close talker, is not here today, having gone home to attend his Verdani's bi-weekly mega birthday and to visit his grandmother, who has not seen him in 4 days, which is a near unimaginable sin by Selesnian standards. Thus deprived of Molander's unconventional approaches to hugging, touching, nudity negotiations, and combat strategy, the rest of the party has voted to use this opportunity to get down to some adult business and attempt to retrieve his signature from the cult of Rakdos. Which is how you come to find yourselves at a small Goshen Heights cafe called the Off Chancery, waiting for Avenir's friend Rin, who is keeping with her custom, is fashionably late. Avenir, can you explain who Rin is and how you happen to know her?
I decided that Rin is she's a Rakdos cultist who is responsible for localization of many Rakdos productions into, you know, the cultural customs of the local district. So we have an arrangement where we teach each other languages. I speak, you know, Common, Vidalcan, Sphinx, and I also have Thieves' Cant. So previously, I taught her Vidalcan and she taught me Goblin. And currently we're working on swapping Sphinx for Abyssal, because it's cool.
Fair.
I have a proficiency with languages.
I didn't realize you spoke Goblin.
I didn't come up.
That's fair.
I didn't want to presume.
You also understood all those swears Babalak said then. They were inventive and,
to say the least,
thorough.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing you learn when you learn any language is what all the swear words are. Right, I think that's pretty universal.
That and like, how do I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Those are like the number 2.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-da-blah.
Sphinx, as it turns out, is a tricky language to teach because it has no written component. It has no alphabet. I suppose it's optimized for a race of people that don't have fingers.
That makes sense. So it's a completely spoken language, or is a lot of it mental?
Yeah, I think it's spoken.
Okay.
Well, it only has a spoken.
I imagine there's like a psionic
Probably
part to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's one of those languages that has a lot of like tonalities.
Right.
Kind of like Mandarin, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Interesting.
I wrote my thesis on it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah. Third harmonic, what did I call it? Novel vulnerabilities in the Guild Pact introduced in the third harmonic Sphinx translation.
All right. So, where's your friend?
She's always late. I think it's her thing.
I mean, I would chalk that up to like the Rakdos. Nothing else really matters to them besides, but the show must go on.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's true.
I'm glad, as much as I already miss Molander, though, I'm really glad we're not going to have to explain a lot of the things that are going on in here.
Yeah, I feel that Molander would have an incompatible understanding of affection with Rakdos cultist.
It's probably apt.
Anyhow, after a couple minutes of killing time, maybe you have some pastries and some bonjour here, the cafe door opens with a chime and Rin appears. She is short, even while wearing a pair of fabulous and fabulously impractical stiletto-heeled boots. But like all members of the cult of Rakdos, she is sporting her official guild colors. However, since, this is her day off and, she's not at work, she's just wearing like a sensible knee-length black dress and a very angular and fashionable red half cloak over top of that. She goes to the counter, she orders a coffee, which she orders black with no cream or sugar, looks around, sees Avenir, a grin of delight comes across her face, and she comes and sits down at the table. Oh, Avenir, it's so good to see you. You weren't at last week's meeting.
Yeah, I had to take on some extra duties at work. So I was away. Sorry, I tried to get a message to you, but I guess it didn't take.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Rin.
I'm sorry.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Enor.
Oh, Enor, you also work for the Azorius Senate.
Yes, I actually close and open things.
Hello, I'm Rin.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Nog the Goblin.
Excellent. I'm a localizer for the Cult of Rakdos. I do a lot of things, like when we take touring productions to different places, we'll like localize jokes for goblins or Vidalkins or other people. But they do say the theater is universal. Anyhow, Avenir, I have some stuff for you. She looks in her satchel. She gives you some paperwork. She says, you didn't miss much from last week's language meeting because the assignment was to translate the article from a newspaper into your teaching language, but Abyssal doesn't have words for tourist, log flume, or high-speed hydrotherapy, so it wasn't useful. You didn't miss anything.
This is an interesting article.
So anyhow, you didn't meet me just for last week's notes, did you?
No, I need to ask a favor. As part of my work, I need to get a thing signed by a high-ranking member of the Cult of Rakdos, and I was wondering, would you be able to help us out meeting someone?
Avenir, a more dramatic person might be offended that this is the first time you've taken any serious interest in my work.
Well, I'm glad you're not a more dramatic person then. I'm not sure I could handle it.
So you need to meet somebody in how high ranking?
In technical terms, it's renowned 4, renowned 5? 3? 5. Renowned 5. So,
Rin pauses and thinks for a second because she is actually because she's a localizer. I would say that Rin has probably got some renown in the guild, but not enough to sign your papers for you. I think I can help you out. There is, now, obviously, we don't advertise our shows in the conventional sense, but once you know what to look for, they're easy enough to spot. We like to think of our performances as the worst kept secret in Ravnica. That way you get the thrill of doing something naughty and slightly below board, but we don't take any of the box office risk. So anyhow, there's a show tonight in Abdina, and if I were you, I would head over there as quickly as possible. Once, I think you will be able to find it if you know what you're looking for, and you're a very clever Avenir, you're resourceful. I've always appreciated your company, so I definitely think you'll have no trouble if you just go over there. And once you find what you're looking for, ask to speak to Nishi. Mr. Nishi's the director, and as long as you get there before the show starts, you'll have time to talk to him. But you might need to drop my name. So if you do, don't embarrass me, my Parmak.
Do I know what that means?
That's an abyssal word, but you don't know what it means.
Well, hey, you've been very, very helpful. We appreciate it.
Yeah. You guys really do seem to love your job. I have to say I envy it a little bit.
Oh, really? I mean, loving my job is really, it's what gets me up in the morning. The thought of going into work and proofreading things. Did I mention that I might be moved into QA for laws in the fall? Automated testing, it's very exciting.
Good. I have no idea what that would mean, but as long as it makes you happy, I'm sure it's wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Ooh, she looks at her watch. I'd get going, because you do want to get there before curtain. Otherwise, no one will be able to talk to you until after the show's over. Anyhow, Daj Hemij, Avenir. I'll see you next week.
Appreciated, Ta.
I guess we start moseying on our way.
Yeah.
Obdina Hills is a neighboring neighborhood. It's pretty close to Goshen Heights. You can either walk, which will take 20 minutes, or you can take the subway, which will take like 10.
Subway it is.
Subway it is. On our way to the subway, I kind of like look over at Avenir and I'm like, hey, what's the nature of the relationship between you and Rin?
We trade languages.
Oh, because I don't know. I don't like to say that I'm a master of romance or anything. But it occurs to me that maybe they've got a thing or two for you, just based on, body language and such.
I don't think a relationship with a member of the cult of Rakdos would go over terribly well at work.
Quite frankly, I had to hold my tongue the whole time she was here. I have some very strong opinions on localizers inserting their own culture within translations.
That's it. You did it. You got it.
How did we get an anime joke?
You got it. That's it. We're 10 minutes in. You used it up for this session.
Just take it and keep moving. I'm injecting local flavor. My character is very deep and has a very interesting inner life.
Yeah.
Very similar to Ian's own.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you for that, Enor. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was very topical.
She seems nice otherwise.
Yeah, she does. Anyway, we need to get to the Abdina Hills. What did you say, Nishi?
She said Mr.
Nishi is the name of the
Nishi.
person. Mr. Nishi.
All right. So we'll say you have a short subway ride where you talk about various romance incompatibilities with career aspirations. And so after a short and, for broadcast time reasons, uneventful commute, you arrive at Abdina Hills, which is a ritzy district known for its high-end stores, fancy restaurants, and high-rise condominiums that advertise amenities like elevators, rooftop griffin stables, and concierge service. The streets here are bustling with shoppers, and most of this neighborhood is guildless because it's unaffiliated. Money travels between all guilds. But dotted among the crowd, you do see a few younger members of like the Orzhov Syndicate flaunting their wealth at the boutiques and stuff like that. But mostly it's just average people. Like all the places where people live, there is a community announcement board, and this one is made with a fine dark wood enhanced by the addition of some tasteful landscaping around it.
Ooh. Well, let's have...
Yeah, we look at the community board.
Hold X.
Yeah. Announcement 1. Comic Elementary School presents Casino Night. 10th of Zaviskar, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Comic Elementary School, Corbavia Avenue, Abdina Hills. Enjoy a fun medium stakes night of blackjack, witchmon, nephilim poker, and triple knife baccarat in support of the Comic Elementary School's Junior Bookmakers Club. House edge guaranteed not to exceed 3 and 19/58%. Announcement 2. Wanted! Nude models! Goblins only, but any gender okay. Not porn because it's just for me.
Nog looks at Valencia and he's like, eh? And Valencia's like, brr.
Contact Alboard Pro Musk for more information or to see my drawings.
It's good that she knows she's a dog.
Apartment 62, Kingdross Commons, Abdina Hills. And finally, Annual Transylvanian Convention. 2 extra performances added due to high demand. 24th to 28th with 28th crossed out, and they've changed handwritten to 30th of Quagar, which is this month. And in fact, the 30th of Quagar is today.
Right.
Show starts at 7 p.m. Purchase tickets in advance for Splash Zone seating. Ubdina Community Playhouse, 2300 Donji Street.
Looks like our place.
Yeah.
Splash Zone.
2300 Donji Street. If we end up watching the performance, I feel like we should go for the Splash Zone tickets.
I mean, I suppose that is the primo seating, really. Like, if you're not blue the next day, then...
I've been to ones of Rakdos performances, and I was like up in the nosebleed, so I didn't even get to see any of the good stuff.
Really? I've never been. What are they like?
A lot.
When you say when you were up in the nosebleeds...
It was really, really high up.
Okay.
The altitude-wise.
Fair.
Do you guys know where Donji Street is? Do you want to ask somebody? There's plenty of people around here. Do you want to just wing it?
I mean, I probably should know vaguely where Donji Street is if I
Make
can
me a
roll
local
myself.
knowledge roll.
Yes, I will.
Or like something to do with like your job. I don't care.
Investigation.
It's a history roll.
Yeah, make me a figuring out where
God
the
damn it.
community playhouse is.
5 plus 6 is
13.
11.
It's somewhere in Abdina, probably this way. 13. What did you get?
I'll ask for directions.
Good call.
Excuse me, do you know where 2300
Donji Street.
Donji Street is?
Do you mean the playhouse?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like 3 blocks that way.
Thank you.
As you're walking past there, you realize that this neighborhood is too fancy for people who are on the street selling hot dogs. This is where rich people live.
Oh, man,
But you pass a restaurant called Sausage and Bun. Like it's sausage plus sign bun.
We had that here.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's in Vancouver now.
Yep. Is the sign on a distressed piece of lumber
Absolutely.
that was recovered from?
What is the likelihood that, like, because I imagine we got to get moving so we can get those tickets, like, that we're not allowed to bring outside food or drink into the playhouse.
I mean, I wouldn't eat in there.
Yeah.
Maybe we could swing back after the show.
Yeah, I'm going to be responsible. Plus, maybe they'll have one of those guys walking around who sells peanuts.
I generally understand you want to go to a Rakdos show with an empty stomach.
Gore doesn't really freak me out.
I mean, that's good. That's good.
That's
Wait,
step
is that
one.
good? Is that good?
I think a strong stomach is part of the job.
Well,
I mean, I did used to clean urinals.
right. Yeah, I suppose barracks duty is
Yeah.
pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
I don't like to brag, but I have no capacity to deal with pain or gore.
Ah, don't worry, I didn't take that as a brag.
So you're going to pass by sausage plus bun?
Yes.
All right. Well, in that case, you will have a very an uneventful 5-minute walk to the community playhouse, which you arrive and you see a relatively modern brick building, except for the fly gallery part of it. It's squat and functional. It sports the sort of architecture common to municipal buildings everywhere, where the biggest design consideration wasn't beauty, grandeur or cost, but adherence to the various quirks of the Azorius and its building codes. Make me an investigation check.
Finally.
6.
12.
14.
All right. The marquee on the front of the building says Annual Transylvanian Convention. However, there are several conspicuously red and black banners that have been draped in front of the building and down the sides and stuff like that. And while they don't have a Cult of Rakdos logo on them,
Is it the inverse?
no, it's just they're just red and black with like diagonal, right, like
Hey.
that. And also with a 14, you will notice there's a large chalkboard in front, like a chalkboard sign on the sidewalk in front of the Ubdina Community Playhouse that displays upcoming tour dates for the annual Transylvanian Convention. On the 15th of Zaviskar, they'll be in Kozina Park, and on the 14th of Griev, they'll be traveling all the way to Pirianda for a cheese festival. So, Enor, you put all of these factors together, remembering previous sessions, and your keen senses tell you this is not, in fact, the annual Transylvanian Convention. This is a cover for the Cult of Rakdos, and more specifically, this is the Masaaki Guerrilla Theater Troupe, which means two things. You finally get to find out why this group was voted Best Underground Performance / Social Commentary / Festival of Havoc in the 6th District Times Picayune's 10,076 Best of the City's Readers Poll. And it's time for box text.
Oh boy.
Now I have to explain the Cult of Rakdos.
Am I just putting this together because I noticed that red and black aren't Sylvan colors?
Yeah. Yeah. When the Guild Pact was struck over 10,000 years ago, the Cult of Rakdos was recognized as one of the 10 guilds that would rule Ravnica, not because anyone thought that they would do a particularly good job, but because they needed to be there. For as long as there have been societies, there have been people who are hedonistic and capricious, cruel and egomaniacal, eager to set the world alight just for the pleasure of watching it burn. Including the Cult of Rakdos and the Guild Pact was an attempt to take that chaotic, evil energy and use it to strengthen the agreement, to channel those dark impulses into something useful, like musical theater. The kind of people who typically join the Cult of Rakdos have innate musical talent, a flair for the dramatic, and an extremely high pain tolerance. So
That's why none of us are in the Cult of Rakdos.
Weirdos!
I stubbed my toe last night and almost cried.
I mean, you died and came back to life. That's pretty good.
I what?
Yeah, I mean...
Stub your toe.
You dodged a gigantic tree coming at your head.
Yeah, I can't even remember how I did that, but it was awesome.
So you're at the Playhouse. I assume you're all wearing your official outfits.
No reason not to.
Yeah, according
That
to
me.
Yeah, that you. Yeah, you're all dressed in. You're on work, right? So there's obviously the front, and then there's the loading dock out back.
I guess we would go, we're not actually ticket holders. We would probably go around to the loading dock, I think.
Well, can we buy tickets at the front?
There's somebody sitting in the box office, as far as you can tell.
Because
Okay.
I don't think we want to sneak in.
No, but like, yeah.
We can just buy tickets.
Yeah.
Go on in. Front.
Although Rin did tell us if we got here before the show started, we might be able to just like quickly speak with Mr. Nishi.
That's a good point. Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we could just go around back and find a roadie.
Do you want to? So you're going to go around back?
I think going around back makes the most sense. That way we can go directly to the people who are actually in charge rather than the front door.
So far, we have gone once through the front gates with the Gruul and once through the front gates with the Golgari.
Right.
So one went really well, the other went really bad. So we're like 50% win rate with going in the front door.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, maybe we just go up to the box office, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
All right. So there's a human cult member. She's dressed in, like, I'm at work gear, and she's reading the newspaper. And she sees you approach and goes, "Hello, would you like to purchase tickets for tonight's show? Unfortunately, it is our last night here, so Splash Zone and lower balcony is already sold out, but we still have a few seats in the upper balcony. Also, we don't allow dogs inside.
Oh, well, we were actually hoping to be able to speak with Mr. Nishi quickly before the show.
Mr. Nishi is extremely busy right now. It is only an hour until curtain.
Oh, well, this wouldn't even take 5 minutes, and my friend Rin told us that we would be able to speak with him if we arrived promptly.
Rin the localizer.
Yes.
Describe her.
Short, well, about this high.
I'm going to say that you get her description.
Yeah,
right.
more.
She wears stiletto heels. A fashionable.
Everybody in this cult wears stiletto heels.
Drinks black coffee.
Fashionable.
Wears dark lipstick.
Yeah, black skirt. Wears a fashionable angled top.
Once she's satisfied you actually know Rin, she goes, because Rin does have a little pull in the guild. Well, as long as it's quick. It's been a real day around here. I'm Kina. Nice to meet you.
Avenir.
Enor.
Nog, and this is Valencia.
Okay. She can come. Let's just go.
She can stay outside, but she understands. I don't want to.
Well, let's go quickly.
Okay, come on. She didn't say no.
Like, they wouldn't let you bring your dog into the performance, but she figures you're just coming in and out. You've name dropped someone important. Get him through. So she motions for you to follow her inside. And as you enter the darkness of the theater and walk down the right aisle towards the back, you can see that setup is well underway for tonight's show. There's roustabouts and stagehands setting up props and pyrotechnics, and a goblin in the control booth is calling out lighting cues as he tests them. Spike wheel acrobat cue! And then all the lights on the stage go down, and then they come back on a platform 20 feet in the air. Follow spot! And then you see 2 spotlights swivel around onto where this platform is and start tracking an invisible acrobat across the stage. And then while that is happening, another goblin yells, "Fire in the hole!" And a giant pinwheel of flame comes to life on the back of the stage. A wave of heat hits you and then fades away as the goblin, satisfied that everything is working properly, shuts it off. In the middle of this, you see an enormous bearded man on stage, dressed very casually but still in Rakdos colors, and he's tuning a 12-string guitar.
Neat.
But before you can linger too long, Kina is like, come on, and ushers you up the stairs. And you actually walk across the front of the stage and into the wings on the left side, and you actually go behind the enormous black velvet curtain that separates the front of house, where all the seats and stuff are, from the backstage area. And as you get back there, you see 6 identically dressed acrobats that are all standing in a circle, helping each other stretch and stuff like that. And then you see you're walking through, and then an ogre pushes past you with a giant cart laden with knives and chains, and just wheels it into position just so, and marks it out with some gaff tape and stuff like that, and then buzzes off. The whole place is just buzzing, and everybody's quite nervous for some reason. Make me a perception check.
20.
12.
Non-natural. But...
It's 14.
You notice that people seem to be a little on edge. You can hear someone yelling very faintly.
Can I determine what the voice sounds like?
It sounds like a male voice.
Okay.
And it's not like angry, it's exasperated. So, Kina's like, come on. And you cross the backstage area, and then you head down another flight of stairs, and now you're truly into the bowels of the theater. So like the stairs are narrow and the paint is old. This isn't maintained, even though this is a nice theater. There's graffiti of like previous performances that have been here and stuff like that. And you're going down this narrow hallway, and you hear the yelling get louder, and it's like, there's nothing that can be done. Are you kidding me? And it's like, food poisoning? Seriously? And then you get to this door where the yelling is coming from, and you can all hear it now. And Kina says, Mr. Nishi, sorry to bother you. I've got some friends here of Rin's, and they say it's very important, and it's not going to take too much of your time. And she just opens the door, and you can see that this is just a little office that's part of the theater, and you can see that there's a very stressed out middle-aged man dressed in Rakdos clothes who's sort of like futzing at his hair and like looking worried and stuff like that, and like and you know, going ah, and there's a Simic doctor who you can tell she's Simic because she's dressed in Simic colors, and she's an elf. And the doctor cuts off the man and says, like, I don't know what you think that I can do about any of that. Bad sausage. It takes people out all the time. They're going to be fine in a couple days, but they can't perform tonight, and I won't clear them because there's no way anybody who's dealing with a 2 exits, no waiting situation is going to go on stage, Nishi. You know that. And Nishi goes, oh my God. Oh, Shova, we're practically sold out. And then looks up and says, oh, what's this? Kina says, some friends have written to see you. What do you want?
Hi, we're here from the Consumer Goods Protection or Inspection Agency. We're here in the absence of the Guild Pact. We are here to get the Unified Ravnican Sausage Standard.
Look. I've got 3 acrobats that are out with food poisoning, and nobody is available on reserve, and I've got a nearly sold out show.
Oh my God.
You see a gleam of hope flash into his weary, middle-aged eyes.
I'm so excited.
Is this the opera from Final Fantasy III? 6, sorry. Chat, sorry, I'm 6.
Sorry, what did you need me to do again? He says suddenly very, very personably.
Oh, we just need you to sign this document that ratifies the Unified Ravnican Sausage Standard.
What's that do?
It modifies the current allowable contents of non-sausage matter in sausages. It's a food safety piece of legislation.
Yeah, something so people stop getting sick from sausages and stuff.
Shofa's like, oh, good. Yeah. I thoroughly endorse it. I think you should sign it, Nishi.
The irony is delicious.
And Nishi goes, I would be delighted to help you after the show.
Oh,
because
should we go?
No,
we can just go buy some tickets.
No. Please. I have a proposal.
Uh-huh.
How about if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah, sure. I can just find a glove somewhere.
The touching guy is not here today, but
how if you help me stage my last triumphant show, because, as I'm sure you've heard me saying, we have pre-sold a lot of tickets, and it is our last night in Obdina. We like to go out with a bang here in Rakdos. I will sign your agreement.
Sure. How can we help you?
All right. So first of all, we've got some ground rules when you work with the Rakdos. 1, no dogs, because having animals on stage is cruel.
I respect that. I thought it was going to be some nonsense about dogs being beasts or something like that, but you know what? If no harm comes to Valencia, I'm pretty happy. Hey, you want to go wait outside?
She can stay in the green room.
Okay. All right. You go to the green room.
Shova, make sure that the dog is taken care of.
Water and, probably at least a couple of snacks throughout the show, if possible.
Speaking of Shova, this is Shova. She's our staff doctor. She's on contract to us from Zonot 2 while we're here in town. If you get hurt doing anything, she'll patch you up afterwards.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. Sorry, hurt?
Well, yes. Obviously, we can't. You know how long it takes to train an acrobat? You can't just have them actually killing themselves on stage. How are you supposed to put on a show? The reviews would be terrible. Oh, and finally, you just can't go out there looking like that. Kina, I'm sure we've got something that will fit them. Could you take them to see Magenta in the costume department, please?
Yes.
Now, Kina, when they're done, take them to take them to Parvis. He'll help them out because he's crewing the Wheel of Death tonight. All right, ta-ta! Thank you so much for dealing with the Rakdos. The show goes on!
The Wheel of... The Wheel of Death?
Yo, this sounds like it's gonna be a blast.
Valencia, could you guard the
agreements?
Yeah.
Valencia like waddles over and takes them in her mouth, and then like walks away and goes back to the green room.
Don't eat all the watermelon and honeydew.
She's not really a fruits person. Dog.
Person.
Anyways, yeah.
So Nishi shuts the door, goes back to doing whatever he's doing, and after shoving you three and Kina out, and she looks at you and goes, I mean, my job's usually surprising, but well, okay then, all right. Follow me. Kina leads you back down the hallway, and then after a few feet, you go into a different little room. That's this is the costume room, and you see a human woman with wildly curly red hair sitting under a lamp, sewing a large tear closed in a leotard. And Kina says, "Hey, Magenta." Good news. And Magenta goes, yeah, I heard that Nishi stopped yelling, so what's up? She's like, well, we've got some replacement Hackerbats. Can you find them some costumes? And she's like, how? We called everyone. Looks up at you and goes, ha!
Ta-da! Nog tries to like stand on one leg and look acrobatic.
What are you doing?
Kina, are you serious? The show must go on.
Okay, so we've got to find them 3 Hackerbats.
Okay, hold on. Magenta goes, she grabs her measuring tape, she arms, waists, heads, legs, inseams, head, arm, waist.
Either that or we're going to get to play a game of Wheel of Death.
Chest.
Which I assume we'll spin the wheel and then solve
Leg,
a puzzle as to whether a guy's
inseam.
dead or not.
Hey, I've never been on stage before. This is going to be great.
Wait, what? I thought we had to find them.
No, we did. It's us.
Wait. What?
Oh, you boys are going to have fun. Like I said, I've been to ones of these performances, and they're a lot.
I say in Goblin, are you shitting me?
Hey, watch your language. We're in the theater.
Okay, the pronunciation was right then. Okay. Screams in Goblin.
So Magenta measures all of you thoroughly. Measures Avenir with an impressed when she gets to the biceps and chest muscles, because all that island ball is playing on.
I thought you were going to say inseam.
Yes.
It was like,
No.
LOL. Wait. Does this come with a dance belt?
So she comes back after a few minutes and goes, okay, it's not going to be great, but here, Vidalkin, Enor, try this on for size. Let me know if you need help with the fiddly bits.
Does it get bigger?
It should stretch a little bit, yeah. All right, so if we could see what Enor's costume looks like.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I look just like Andy Serkis. Just good, because I'm in one.
Are you doing some kind of mocap?
That's all we had, it fit him. All right, human man, I've got this one for you. I think this one is actually going to look great on you. This is perfect. Here you go.
Nog just looks, he's like, looking good, buddy.
I feel like I should be throwing toast at a screen.
Why did they put the dance belt on your face?
I hope everyone is enjoying this as much as I have. I've known this is coming for 7 weeks now. And
Step to the right.
And Goblin.
I'm so excited.
And Magenta hands you your costume reverently and says, "This is one of my finest creations. It's I did this as part of my thesis at Kapatsa Dirac. It's the only thing that'll fit you. Please be careful with it, or I will kill you."
Careful's the name of the game. Let me try this thing on.
The sausage is good.
I look amazing. This is everything I ever wanted to wear. The mustache also fits me really well.
Big ups to our artist Featherweight who drew these.
How did you grow that quickly?
It's a prosthesis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, the hair piece is quite nice, I think. I might actually just try and grow it out like this.
It's very finely made. Magenta was not lying when she said it was one of her prized creations. Anyhow, you all comfortable in your costumes, ready to go?
Is it cold?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit breezier than I thought, but it's actually kind of nice.
We tend to make the costumes quite light around here, says Kina, because on account of all the fire, so it gets warm on stage anyhow. Also, you know, the thrill of performance and all that, right?
I can imagine a bit too much loose clothing probably lights on fire and accidents can happen.
I mean, you know, a few accidents are okay around here, but, you know, not too many. We don't want people sweating, you know, your hands get slippery, you can't hold on to the knives and the ropes and stuff.
Not.
I have to stop looking at the overlay. I can't. It's the smile on Nog that's killing me.
I guess I'm lucky I shaved my legs for Island Ball this week.
Oh, they won't see that from the audience. They're like a good 20 feet back behind the orchestra. It's fine.
Yeah, but I know.
So, you finally come out of costuming. This has taken quite a while. You want to check in with Valencia or anything like that, or maybe better not to let her see you in this?
Probably for the best not. It'd be a lot of like,
Just the curtain opens and my boss is right in center stage.
You'd be like, well, this is going to be an awkward conversation around the water cooler next week.
And you have a mask.
Yeah.
It's like when it's like if you went to like a porn convention and you ran into one of your coworkers while you were there and you go, oh, let's just wave like this isn't awkward.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've just got a shopping bag and
Samples.
This sounds a lot like Churchill meeting one of his hecklers directly in stage.
So, what do we do?
Oh, I don't know. I only work the box office. We need to go find Parvis. All right. So Kina leads you to the backstage area.
Heel toe. Heel toe.
And you notice now that Nishi's not yelling and freaked out, everybody's a lot calmer.
Okay.
You know, people are moving around slower. Inexplicably, that huge bearded guy is still tuning that 12-string guitar. He's being very thorough. It's ding, 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 ding.
Apparently,
ding,
I take the
ding.
heels really well.
Oh, really? What did
You
you
got a
roll
nat
on? You're
20.
wearing
Nat
heels.
20.
Avenir,
Yeah.
you look awesome.
Damn
And
right.
And you feel great, too. Anyhow, so after you walk through backstage and, you know, you navigate all of the people coming and going, and there's still people testing things and lighting cues going off, and, you know, but you know, less urgently set now because people are a bit more relaxed. You make your way over to a wire-looking human male who's sort of got like long, greasy, scraggly hair, multiple tattoos, and singular teeth. And he is standing in front of an enormous wheeled platform. And Kina says, Parvis, guess what? Here are your acrobats for tonight. And he looks at you and goes, wow, Mr. Nishi told me you three were going to be green, but that's a yikes from me.
Sorry, it's the lights. They make me look a little bit paler than normal.
Yee. All right, well, thank you, Kina. Yeah. And Kina says, all right, good luck. Break a leg. And if you are going to break a leg, try to like have it so the bone sticks out, because that's more exciting. So, bye. And she goes back to do whatever she needs to do at the box office. And you can start to hear, as Parvis starts to talk to you, you start to hear the orchestra just sort of play like filler house music, and you can start to hear like the muttering of crowds coming in.
They're opening the house already? We don't even know what we're doing.
Ragnos. I got to do my Parvis voice. Hey, Which ones do you wants to go first?
Hey, now you speak of my language. You watch this, boys. I'll show you how it's done.
Okay, great. All right, first up, we got the Wheel of Death. You two can hang back and watch from the wings. Don't touch nothing.
Wait, Wheel of what?
Wheel of Death.
I thought it was the Circle of Life.
So here's how it works, because obviously we're going to tell you a little bit. First, you're going to climb up into this platform and into that wheel. Don't touch any of the spikes on the outside, because I just disinfected them. Anyhow, you sit in the wheel, and then when it's time to go, I'm going to push you on stage and start turning the crank down here so it starts to spin. So you'll have to keep up with it, or you're going to end up falling on your ass and you won't be able to dodge anything. So some spiky bits are going to come at you from the left and from the right and from the left again and then from both sides. So here are your blood packs that you can spurt off when you want it to look real exciting, you know, mix in with your own blood just for a little bit of the show. So up you go, come on.
I guess put a blood pack in my pants, and amongst my bandolier to hide them, I suppose. I don't know where else to keep them.
All right, so you're up in the wheel.
Yep. So okay, to paint a picture, because I was picturing a vertical, well, but I imagine this is horizontal.
Is it like a German wheel?
This is inspired by the German wheel.
Okay.
So the German wheel, if you're not familiar, is like a circus apparatus where it's like, it's basically like a hamster wheel.
Okay.
That is sort of affixed and in this case is crank turn, so the wheel spins without you having control over it, whereas a true circus German wheel, the acrobat makes it go.
Right.
Except it's got like spikes around the outside. It all look very dramatic, and you shouldn't touch apparently. And there's these big levers with that are attached to grids of spikes that look like they can flip down from either side for extra effect.
Okay. All right. Hey guys.
Yeah?
On the off chance that something goes wrong, I just want to say, please bring my dog to Scova, because I don't trust them. I don't trust Valencia with either of you.
We will let Valencia take us home.
She knows the way.
So you're up there.
Yep.
You want to do anything to prepare?
The curtain's closed, I imagine.
The curtain is currently closed, but you can hear people coming in, and it sounds like the show is going to be starting very quickly.
I mean, I don't know what I guess I stretch. I stretch it out.
Sounds very apt. After a few minutes of stretching, we'll say you start to hear like the audience cheering and stuff like that. And you can't really tell, because obviously there's a big black velvet curtain in the way, but like the house lights go down and it just seems a little bit darker, and you can hear you hear suddenly an explosion of applause, and you hear the ringleader of the Masaaki Guerrilla Theater Troupe say, "Esteemed audience members, welcome to the Masaaki Guerrilla Theater Troupe! And I think that you will find our first performer will make sure you have a real good time!" Cheering, orchestra music, and then the wheel lurches forward suddenly as and if you look down, you can see Parvis is pushing it out, and the curtains come out. You can't really see a lot of the theater, because there's lots of theater lights on you. So it's just kind of like this black void, but there's lots of faces there. It appears to be, if not almost sold out, or if not totally sold out, very close to sold out. And you hear the musicians fire up their instruments, and they're playing some jaunty music that, if I was able to hum it, would sound a little bit like Google Bordello.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you know what that means. And if you don't, maybe
we
look
did.
it up later.
Yeah, the three of us.
And the wheel starts to spin. Make me an acrobatics check, not to immediately fall on your ass.
All right, here we go, team. That would be a 13.
Good. You easily find your center of balance and start jogging along the bottom of the spinning wheel. All right. So, you gonna show off a little bit? Or
yeah.
that?
I look out to the crowd and I go, "Is everybody having a good time?"
They can't hear you because you're not mic'd.
No worries, I go, Okay.
Do you want to do any tricks or show off a little bit or anything like that?
I would like to attempt to do a somersault, like wheel around, like as the wheel is kind of doing its thing.
That sounds fantastic. Could you make me an acrobatics check for that?
21.
You do an incredibly graceful somersault. It looks fantastic. The crowd cheers. Parvis looks up at you and gives you the thumbs up. And he goes, all right, that was a good warm-up. Are you ready for this to get real?
Wait, I thought it was already real.
Incoming! Do you want to dodge to the left or right?
Left.
You turn directly into a grid of spikes. You take 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage. So you take 7 piercing damage. One of your blood packs goes off.
I was gonna say, I was like, do I need to even use one?
It goes off no matter what, because you have taken 7 piercing damage, and you can hear the audience gasp.
Yeah.
And Parvis goes, didn't you listen to anything I said? Christ, look alive, they're coming from the right next time.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, the wheel is spinning. You've been injured.
Yeah.
Do you want to do any tricks?
I do a cartwheel this time.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
I got a 16.
You do a very nice cartwheel. It's not as good as the somersault, but you look great, even though you are bleeding heavily from your left side.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Ready for this?
It's coming from the right, you said.
Yep. All right. Incoming. Do you want to dodge left or right?
I dodge
Left.
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 Left. I make the L's in front of my
All right. This time, the opposite arm swings down from the top of the reel, and you dodge out of the way. How do you do your dodge? Describe it to me.
Nog decides to lead. It's coming down, I guess, and Nog, as soon as it hits, because he kind of goes up the wheel a little bit, puts his hands and does like a leapfrog over top of the spikes. I guess,
fantastic.
if possible.
Yeah, I think you dodged correctly, so I won't even.
So less left and more up.
Actually, make me an acrobatics roll.
14.
14. It is not quite as elegant, even, but you know what? It's very passable. The spikes just miss you, but that's okay. The audience loved it. Cheering and applause. No blood this time. Everybody's super into it. Like, people are clapping. There's other stuff going on stage. The orchestra is still playing. You're not paying attention, but it's great. All right. Parvis goes, all right, incoming!
Wait, which direction this time?
Do you want to dodge left or right?
I dodge right.
You turn directly into a grid of spikes again.
Damn it!
You take 5 piercing damage.
All right, so I'm taking 13 damage so far.
Your other blood pack explodes. The audience gasps in horror. And then the ringmaster goes, "All part of the show."
I'm like still sort of running, but like wheezing a little bit. But then I turn to the audience and like with some of the blood that's on my body, like I'm like I gotta put on a show. So I like take some of the blood and I like slick back my hair even more with it.
They
and
absolutely
then finger
love that.
guns.
Oh, rapturous applause! Rapturous applause. Parvis is like, I mean, you're kind of sucking, but you're making it look good. All right, now we're going to do this for real. And he starts turning the wheel a lot faster.
Hold on, wait!
So make me an athletics check not to fall on your ass.
Athletics, I'm even better at that. Apparently not. That's a 12?
A 12, you can just barely keep up. That is, your save on this is 12, by the way. So
oh, sweet, okay.
Yet. So, you just barely keep up and you're going, and Parvis goes, now it's time for the big finale! That's both sides, since you've failed us a lot.
Okay, recommendations on how to dodge.
I'd just get out of the way if I was you! And he flips the lever and both things start coming down.
Can I grab the back of the wheel as it's going and kind of like ride it up?
Absolutely. Make me an acrobatics check.
8.
That is below your save DC, but so could you, how do you fail this?
So I'm like, oh, I can do this. I'll hang on to the back and go right over them. So I do that. But the wheel, I misjudge how the trajectory of how fast the wheel is going. So it goes like, whoop, and then right as it's coming down, it like sandwiches me, I assume.
That sounds good to me. You're going to take...
I suppose that's better than just grasping and having your legs go backwards.
10 piercing damage.
I am bloodied.
Are you knocked out?
No, I'm still okay.
Okay, excellent. The audience gasps in horror as you get sandwiched between these big arrays of spikes, but as they come back, they see that you're okay.
Yeah, in the sense of it still very much hurt me, because I'm still a skinny goblin boy. I was able to like maneuver myself in between each of them, but they're still very much cutting into me on the sides.
Yeah, would it do the thing where they like sandwich together and then they come back and you're gone?
Yeah,
and then you
I'm
just drop
still
out.
on the back of one of the things that came out.
So the audience cheers. There's gasps of shock, and then when people realize that you're okay and just bleeding, they're like, "Hooray! Woo!"
I like the idea of like I go up with it and I'm gone, and the audience is like, "Whoa, where you go?" And then I fall down from it and roll out of it and go, "Yeah!"
There's a hole in your hand, like daylight.
Ta-da!
You can see the stage light through. Yeah. So Parvis goes, "Yeah, good enough." And then the music reaches its finale, and you feel another lurch as the wheel starts to slow down, and you get pulled back. And then the curtain closes, and Parvis helps you climb down and goes, "Ay, ay, ay! Shova, Christ!" And Shova's there, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, you are not good at this, are you?" And she casts, she's probably going to cast it at 2nd level, and you regain 17 points of, she cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Both of you try to be better than that. I've only got so much healing magic, you know.
I dodged like one. That was pretty good.
I told you they'd be coming from the left, the right, the left, and both sides. Don't you listen, says Parvis.
Did he say that?
He did? I should listen.
Me too.
You're definitely going to want to listen to what Parvis says, because he's only going to tell you once and very quickly.
Avenir has invented the paper bag. Procured the paper bag.
Shova hands you a paper bag.
Consumed the paper bag.
Could you not pass out before the show, please? Come on, we've all got a job to do here. And while all of this is happening, you see the man with the guitar come out. And now he's not in his casual clothes anymore. He's got his 12-string guitar. He's dressed like a Rakdos. He's quite husky and got a big beard for a Rakdos performer, but he's clearly there to sing. The theater goes, and the theater's dark. And as one follow spot comes out on him as he walks out from the wings, and the theater goes bananas for this guy. He's clearly the star of the show.
Are we in the court of the Crimson King?
You must be the gorilla.
He calmly strolls up to the microphone at center stage and begins to play. And behind him, there's acrobats and jugglers tossing knives and spiked clubs and stuff, and they're sort of dancing to his song. It's a musical number while they're setting up for the next acrobatic feat. Bling, 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 bling. I'm not much of a singer, so. Oh, the Boros Legion don't have a sense of humor. They just want to ruin your day. The Golgari are weird, and I don't like mushrooms, so hope they stay far away. The Simic might get you mixed up with a fish or a snake or some bird. And the Azorius only care about obeying the laws of the written word. Oh, but Rakdos is great. The cult's where it dance. If you're a roustabout or a acrobat, and if Rakdos himself comes to stop the show, the doors are locked. You got nowhere to go. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, the Demir pretend they don't exist. That joke is boring and old. The Orzhov only want your devotion, your life, and your ghost and your gold. The Gruul are a bunch of angry little nomads who spend too much time with pigs. The Izzet are only tolerable if you're nowhere close to a lightning rig. Oh, but Rakdos is great. The cult's where it at if you're a roustabout or a acrobat. And if Rakdos himself comes to stop the show, well, the doors are locked. You got nowhere to go. Boing, boing, ding, ding. And nobody knows what the Selesnya does. The song concludes.
I'm so glad Mo was in here.
clapping, cheers. Oh, the song would have been the same if Mo was here or not. And by the way, thank you very much to Graham, who wrote that song for me, because I'm not much of a songwriter.
That slaps.
And,
It was a bop.
That's a good. Yeah, as the kids say, that song bopped.
Yeah. And
It was
so
a good ditty.
he walks out, and a
Slap.
roustabout runs up and gets him some water and takes his guitar, and he's like, yeah, that went well. And Parvis then looks at the two of you. All right, who's next?
How much healing magic do you have left?
I mean, if you're all as bad as him, probably not enough. Says
I'll go
Shulva.
next.
Good call.
All right, this will be the tightrope. So, do you want to change?
No.
I think I did a lot of dex-based checks, so I think you'll kick ass at this.
I mean, I didn't build my rogue this way.
Uh-oh.
This should be a class skill.
Yeah, but it turns out the Rakdos don't care, and they think it's funny because they're the Rakdos.
I mean, to be fair, it probably will be funny.
Yeah. So Parvis says, okay, take this. And he hands you a long red and black striped pole with blades at either end. All right, so the secret is stay on the rope and just get from one side of the stage to another. Here are your blood packs. Good luck. So he points you up a ladder, and you climb up this rickety ladder to a platform about 20 feet up the stage. Mm-hmm. Make me paying attention to things that happened earlier in the session check.
That would just be probably an intelligence save.
Sure.
21.
21. With your keen knowledge of paying attention to things that happened earlier in the session, this is the spotlights the goblin was testing when you came in.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you get up to your platform. You can see that there's a long line that goes from, like a slack line that goes from one side of the stage to the other. Below you are dancers that are twirling long red silk ribbons, and their silk ribbons all have like huge scimitars at the end of them, you know, for added danger and excitement. And
visualize reach and death touch.
They're all getting ready and stretching, and they've got their ribbons ready, and you can hear the stage. You can feel sort of the ambient temperature of the lighting go down as the stage goes dark again. The stage lights come up, and you hear the ringleader. You can't see the ringleader, and you hear the ringleader say, "Ah, my dear audience, I know you're having fun, and I'm sure you'll just fall for our next performer." And the stage lights come out. Avenir, you're on a tightrope above a stage. There's a swirling mass of ribbons and scimitars below you. You just have to get from one side to the other. So immediately make me an athletics check not to lose your balance and fall off.
I've had this exact nightmare. Athletics?
Athletics.
Not acrobatics?
This is just the raw strength not to fall off.
Oh, okay.
It takes a lot of strength to walk on a tightrope.
Oh, there you go.
That is exactly your pass. So you wobble quite substantially, but the pole helps you out. You realize what the pole is for.
Okay.
Even though it's tipped with these ridiculous spikes on the end. And you shakily regain your balance. As the music starts playing, it's more of this like sort of upbeat, folksy, gogol bordello kind of stuff.
The heels aren't helping.
We'll say you got to take your heels off because
that's very generous.
Even professional acrobats wouldn't wear high heels on a tightrope. And
professional acrobats like we are.
Yeah.
And you stand there for a couple seconds. You just hear Parvis go, "Start walking! Go!" So now you can make me an acrobatics check to start walking.
16.
Oh, that you get to start walking with a little bit of flair, in fact.
Ooh.
So describe walking across this tightrope for me.
I think I would put a little English on my stride. When I was very young, my parents put me in dance lessons. I had one lesson because I couldn't walk right. But, I think Avenir has gotten over that by now. And he's just got a little, he's 6 signatures into this, and that's a sense of accomplishment you can detect in his stride.
No.
You look very good in your fishnets, too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, your legs look great.
I'm feeling confident. I have gams.
As the kids say.
You get forward a few feet, and you hear Parvis yell, "Look alive!" And you can see swinging from the fly gallery, there's an enormous halberd that is going to maybe hit you, maybe come in front of you, maybe come behind you. What do you want to do?
I would like it to go behind me.
Well, then I would suggest you make me an acrobatics check to make sure that happens.
I've done this in Dark Souls. Just forward B.
Oh, yes. Good old Sen.
Forward B. 19.
19. All right, describe your epic success.
How epic is this success?
I mean, I would say a 19's pretty darn good.
Okay. I do a...
Pirouette.
I roll forward, one leg over top.
How exciting.
Like I've seen them do in field ball or plains ball when they do a bicycle kick.
Oh, okay, excellent. The audience reacts really well to this. You feel like a bit of a breeze as this huge halberd like swings behind you, and like maybe that breeze helps you go forward a little bit in your roll, and you do a pirouette, and do you land back on your feet, or are you like on the low on the rope?
On my feet.
You're on your feet, so you basically do like a flip almost.
Yeah.
How very exciting. The audience cheers!
I try not to think about it.
They're super excited. You hear some hollers and some woos and some nice gams.
Don't die. Good job so far.
All right. Now what do you want to do?
I would like to get to the other side, please, as
right.
Parvis has instructed me.
Yes. So you keep walking. You walk without incident, and you hear, "Next one!" And you see another halberd swinging towards you. How do you want to avoid this one?
Let's see. It was either forward, backward, or can't go over top. Let's go backward for variety.
Oh, excellent. Make me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Or wait, would I be able to swing around?
Swing, like jump and then land back on the...
Like use the pole as a...
To like whip yourself around underneath the thing.
Oh, that sounds very exciting, and I bet people would love it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
21?
We are killing this.
Oh my god, Avenir, amazing. You describe how this happens. This is a fantastic success.
Let's see. Up on tiptoes, and then put the bend down. I've been doing stretching before island ball. The balance down, or the balance pull down, one hand off, put it around the other way. Where's the omega going to go? Yep, that's the angle of momentum. And then swing around underneath as the halberd blade goes over top, and you would have your body out and then in to speed up, and then back up on top.
Fantastic.
So tuck it, roll and tuck would be the opposite.
Wow, that looks great. The audience cheers and gasps even louder. And somebody says, "Wow!" And Parvis goes, "Nice! Okay, here comes the fire!" And suddenly the rope is on fire. What do you want to do?
Not be on fire. Advance.
All right. Could you make, how fast do you want to advance?
Faster than the fire.
In that case, I would like you to make me some sort of acrobatics check for moving extremely fast and not losing your balance.
19?
I'm going to say you make it, and you're at the end. Do you want to walk gracefully? Do you want to do a jump? Do you want to do a flying leap? Do you want to do a pirouette? How do you dismount onto the other platform on the other side?
Avenir is used to looking at people when they shout at him. You know, so when Parvis starts yelling at me, Avenir probably almost reflexively turns around, notices the fire coming, and you know when Rowan Atkinson gets afraid of something, you know the face he makes where he's just like, "Oh no." That, and then visualize Vitu-Ghazi, the tree.
Are you
What was with
particularly
us?
religious?
No, but I just, for some reason, you know, when you're about to die and your brain just latches onto something, I imagine Molander saying, "Visualize the tree," and I'm like, yes. What would a tree do when faced with fire? Burn down.
You have to dance away from the fire. That's the only way to avoid.
So you're going to
a due
stand
to a
there.
kill.
And then I, with a 19, I backflip.
Oh, Oh, excellent.
Some part of my brain is just like, it's okay.
Here, let me take over for a sec, bud.
The frontal lobe shut down.
Yep.
Yeah, the cortex just says, shh, 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 not now. I got this. I got this.
All right, muscles, take my lead.
And you gracefully backflip onto the other platform as the last of the rope crumbles away onto the dancers below you. The music swells to a conclusion and people cheer so loud. Everybody's having a great time. People are very impressed.
Oh, good.
And the curtain draws to a close. And you can climb down.
Holy crap, Avenir!
Just lie down, like the ladder. Hand over hand, hand over hand. Okay, we're on the ground. Keep going down and fall asleep.
Do you actually like lay down like that?
Yes.
Shova runs over to you and is like, "Are you okay?" Huh? He's okay.
Shova, like, if she touches me, there's just like a squidging sponge noise and sweat.
Parvis comes and kicks you.
No, 5 more minutes.
No, get up, get up, get up. Clear the stage, clear the stage. We're gonna be in the way. Come on, move it, move it, move it. By the way, that was very impressive. That was better, much better than I thought that you would be.
I've heard that a lot lately. These are yours.
Oh,
the blood packs.
Yeah.
Blood packs.
All right. No, yeah. I mean, maybe you've lost a couple of points for not bleeding a little bit on stage, but you know, it made up for it by the success at which you rolled. So you know, after a couple of seconds, you clear out to the back of the stage, and you see the man with the beard and the guitar come out again. Except this time he doesn't have his guitar. The theater goes quiet, and the lights dim. And suddenly rapturous applause as the singer comes back out. Now, let's see if I can do this one. I admit that in the past it has been dull here. The implicit maze skipped us, it is true. But you'll find that nowadays we're not so mayonnaise. We've got subways and apples that bewitch. We're not just some backwoods abyss. And fortunately, we have our little circus that fills your empty lives with some purpose. And dear guests, please don't laugh, because you know our rents are half. Oh, poor unfortunate sixth, boring indeed. Officials longing to be funner, how they want to get the gold, and should we help them? Hell no. Poor unfortunate sixth, so sad, so true. Tourists flocking to an attraction while they ruin Zona 2. Should we help them? Hell no! The whole audience shouts. Applause, cheers, rapturous, thunderous stomping. And that gets shuffled away. And Parvis looks at you, Enor, and says, "You ready to fly?"
Okay, so now I'd like to roll things back just a bit.
Okay.
To about the point where everyone is just very clapping along and cheering for the arrival of our good musician friend.
Okay.
At which point Enor very carefully steps back into the shadows of the side stages where no one notices and casts silent image.
Okay. How does that work?
On myself.
Okay.
Such that it provides a perfect replica of my form.
Okay.
So yes, I will...
So what happens when someone tries to touch it?
Well, you shouldn't try to touch it.
Well, because Parvis is going to try to touch it and hand it a rope.
A rope, eh?
A rope and a harness.
I'm...
So at that point, I believe the silent image will disappear, correct?
Don't believe it disappears, but the guy will know.
Yeah.
I'll slowly mime.
He's going to try to grab at you.
Yeah, okay.
What is this trickery? We got to get you on stage. Where is he? What magic is this? Which two of you are filling in here? We got to get going.
It's me. Just trust me on this one.
We can't haul an image up on the stage. It's either you or someone else. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
But the image can fly.
And you can, but it can't wear a rope.
Well,
or hold a chain. which is what he's trying to hand it to it. So, like, he's making furious signals to, like, stretch for time.
Suck
and
it
like,
up, Enor, get out here.
And a couple of dancers are like, oh, crap, and, like, go out there and, like, they're doing a little, like, filler number, and then you suddenly hear the audience be like, or the orchestra just go, and he's like, what is with this silent image? And he's still trying to strap into the harness. Look, this is not going to work. It's got to be you, or it's got to be a person who's going up here. Let's go.
If someone wants to force me into that vest, then I guess that's what happens.
Bloodied ass Nog like walks over and he's like, I will bear this burden. And he like, hand me the rope.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to put this harness on.
Okay. In my final words, I curse Enor.
Oh, you got well healed up, though, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. I'm all right. I've got 24 hit points.
Oh, you'll probably be fine.
I have an ace up my sleeve in case I end up dying.
Oh, good.
Here's your spiked whip.
Wait, what is the whip for?
Well, you see 3 other acrobats climbing into similar harnesses, each with a handler, because you're going to be doing a little bit of an aerials act, Nog.
Okay.
So here's the deal, says Parvis. We're going to swing you around in the air. Don't die.
That's all the instruction? I was so prepared this time. I was going to write down everything.
Yeah, Parvis is kind of bad at his job. So anyhow, as you were trying to contemplate what that might mean, you suddenly shoot up into the air because Parvis is hauling you up. And now you're hanging in the air. You've got your chain whip.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll just roll like a regular melee weapon roll, by the way.
Okay.
Which is relevant to you in a second.
Okay.
And you can hear as this improvised song comes to a close. You see 2 dancers rush back out and shoot you very dirty looks, Enor. And then you hear the ringleader say, "Oh my thrill seekers! It's almost time for our show to end. Can you believe it? I know time just flies around here."
He's very good at his job.
And the curtains part, and suddenly you are swinging violently to the right. So make me a posing in midair and looking cool roll. Whatever stat you think
athletics. Works. That would be an 8.
You don't look very cool.
Yeah.
In fact, you look like you're not happy to be here because one of your friends tried to screw you over by getting out of his responsibility.
Yeah.
And you look less than graceful.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm more of a guy in a wheel getting hit by spikes kind of performer.
So you're flying through the air and you zoom back and forth a few times. How are you feeling? You're spinning in circles and up and down.
Goblins aren't like, so goblins within the Izzet are like good at flying, but I chose the cavalry because I'm actually kind of not good with heights. So Nog is not having a great time.
Could you make me a not throwing up roll? That'll be a constitution check, I think.
That makes sense. 21.
21? You clear your mind, and I assume you don't. And with the 21, you probably don't need to make further checks.
I picture Vitu-Gazi.
What would the tree do?
What would the tree do? Not throw up.
So you're getting the hang of this. You're up, you're down, you're posing. Do you do a little like whippy with the whip a little bit?
Yeah, I like start swinging it around like this, and then I like kind of wrap it around my like arms like a boa, and I guess start like swimming in midair because that's the most I can think of as an aerialist. Is pretend I'm swimming through the air.
That sounds good. The other 3 acrobats look good.
Mm-hmm.
They look better than you, but that's fine.
What are they doing out of curiosity? That maybe should I emulate them?
Various Cirque du Soleil like feats of like flexibility and strength. Like some of them are doing that thing where they sort of fold themselves in on their body and like have the whip out, and then they're like doing like like almost like yoga poses in midair. Like it's very impressive. their body control, self-awareness, and strength.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm doing the butterfly in midair.
Yeah. The audience is maybe less than appreciative of this. Like, they're still enjoying themselves, but they're like, that one's not very good.
Well, at least I'm not taking help.
What's the aerial ribbon thing called? Where you roll your, like, they can roll themselves
it's just
up?
like called the ribbon.
Is it? Okay,
This is adapted from that.
Okay, cool.
I spent a lot of
silks, I think.
I spent a lot of the silks. I spent a lot of time looking at pictures of Cirque du Soleil, trying to figure out how I could make it evil. So anyhow, are you feeling pretty comfortable?
Yes. Nog's getting more, like, a better hang, like, he's getting the hang of it, literally.
Good. The music starts to get a little faster, and Parvis says, all right, now the show is truly beginning, and you lurch to the right again, and you fly right past another acrobat who lashes at you with her spiked whip as you pass. Do you want to make an attack roll or a dodge roll?
Reflexively, Nog would attack back.
All right, make me an attack.
Okay. Am I a whip is basic?
It's
or
a basic
simple?
weapon.
Yeah.
It's a simple weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have proficiency with it then. That would be a 14.
A 14. And she rolls a 16. So both your whips impact with each other, and you feel a strip. You feel it like going across your exposed torso. And hold on, I need to make some. Woof! You take 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And she takes.
What is the dice on
It's a 2d4 plus 1. And she takes. Oh, I didn't pay attention to my roll. She takes 5 piercing damage as well. And that is blood spurts from both of you in a wide arc and falls down onto the stage, and the audience cheers and gasps and goes, yeah, woo, that's more like it, and they clap, and the music starts to get faster, and Parvis goes, yeah, you totally got it, I believe in you. Well, I mean, I don't believe in you a whole lot, but I believe in you more than I believe in that bondage guy over there. So this one's probably going to get a little bit more real, and you suddenly feel yourself dropping very low. You quickly lose altitude, and then you get skimmed along the bottom of the stage.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You're like in the air, but you're flying across, like you're going low.
Is there like any sort of objects nearby as I'm kind of skimming
totally
around?
Cleared the stage.
They've totally cleared the stage?
For safety reasons.
Can I like... Are there like any like braziers or pillars or anything like that nearby?
No. There is in fact though another acrobat that's doing the same move opposite you, and she's heading towards you with a giant grin on her face.
Eye of the tiger.
Can I? This isn't the same person that attacked me before?
No, this is a different one. But there's 3 of them, and they all have whips. And they all have the same weapon as you.
Okay, I do the blender and like start whipping around in a circular motion.
All right.
What would Simon Belmont do?
Yeah.
That sounds very exciting. Make me an attack roll.
That would be a 24.
Oh, well, my acrobat was not expecting that and like critically failed her roll. So roll me 2d4 plus 1 piercing damage.
Okay. 2, 6, plus 1, you said?
Yeah.
So that would be 7.
All right, so...
Could I also...
If you want, yeah.
Use my my Cavalier ability, which is Unwavering Mark. Which is... how does this work again? It has disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target me. Wait, hold on. No, that's not what I want. Don't. I don't mark it. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't want to be a tank in this scenario.
No. But I'm going to say she's so surprised by your Belmont whip, which is a move no one's ever seen in this campaign before, because that would be crossing universes.
I'm going to call it the Nog whip then. Trademarked. It's my official move.
You're going to get an attack on her. She's going to bleed profusely. You get her right down the arm. Describe what happens.
So as that whip kind of thing happens, because I assume she's like, we're both sort of flying towards one another. I hit her. I don't know why this has become Nog's move, but I like scoop up some of the blood on her as it's going by, and I like slick my hair back with again and finger guns back to the audience like it's my move.
Oh.
I've invented it for this.
The audience loves it.
Yes.
Cheers, applause. Woo! Looking better out there. People yell. All right. So that's fantastic. And now the world spins before you because you're in this nog spin and you realize your trajectory is changing again. You are now shooting straight up into the air. And there is an acrobat right above you, grinning, looking excited because you're starting to put on a better show and this will be better for both of you. And she is lashing out at you with her spiked whip. What do you want to do? Attack, defend, or just pose?
Can I attempt to, like, whip the whip and, like, entangle them in some way?
Sure, if you want to.
I have no idea how that would work, but I want to attempt to do that.
Make me... I think that would have to be... What role would that be? I think that'd have to be an acrobatics roll because you're...
It could be like an attack with disadvantage or something like that.
Yeah, because you're flying through the air.
Yes.
This person's directly above you. So you've got to throw against the momentum that you're going, right?
Yes.
Because like otherwise it's going to fall back and hit you in the face.
Yeah.
Because you are moving quite fast because I don't know, they have some sort of magical pulley technology that lets this happen. And she is zooming towards you with haste and delight. So I would make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay. So my first one was 12. The second one is so 17.
So, but you have disadvantage.
So I rolled 2d. The first one was 12 in the first one, and the second one was 18.
Okay. So, I don't want to let you succeed on this. I feel like you should be hoisted by your own petard. Also, my acrobat rolled a nat 20.
Oh, I mean, that could do it.
So I'm going to say that you throw your whip towards her.
Okay.
She throws her whip towards you.
Yeah.
They are both entangled in one another, and unfortunately, because of how gravity works, you fall into the whips, and you take 3 damage from that. Right. But now you're both out whips. So now you're defenseless.
Well, I was like trying to like whip a kite, you know, and then like they entangle, and then we start spinning around. You know, in some sort of embrace. Oh, right. This was an up and vertical scenario.
Yeah, this is not a side to side. That would have worked great with the Belmont whip, but this is like smash.
Ah, yeah.
So maybe your whips get tangled together. And now you're stuck together for the rest of the performance.
Okay.
She's annoyed.
Yeah. That's
not supposed to happen. And in fact, now that you're both stuck together, do you want to try to disentangle your whips?
Is there the potential to dance around together? No.
Try to communicate with her and see what happens.
Say, hey, you know, this whip business is probably pretty cool. You know what would be cooler is we do some sort of macabre dance.
This isn't supposed. Don't you know our choreography? This isn't what we're supposed to be doing.
I absolutely do not know your choreography. I got brought on 45 minutes ago.
All right, fine then. Let's spin, and we'll try to use centrifugal force to get us separated because we need to separate for the finale.
Oh, okay, let's do that.
All right, that would be a dexterity check for sure.
Yeah, that would be an 11.
Let's see what her dex check is. Oh, her dex check is very good because she's spec'd out as an acrobat. So she spins incredibly gracefully and sort of does like a Bielman spin, like you know you're figure skating, and uses that to really wrench your energy apart. You do look considerably less graceful, but by the grace of her success, pull this move off. But now you're like spinning and seriously off kilter, where she's able to like control her movement and slow it down by readjusting her body. So make me an acrobatics check to get yourself back into a proper alignment.
6.
You end up upside down.
Yeah!
You are now upside down.
Better than inside out. It can happen in these shows.
The music is starting to reach its climax because she did say we need to get back into position. Your feet are in the air, and suddenly you notice that the stage is moving towards you very, very fast. Could you make me a perception check?
9.
The stage sure is moving towards you fast.
Yep.
Am I just
Am I falling? Can I look at the rope? Oh.
Yeah, here, look up. What do you think you see?
What do I... Sorry?
Yeah, why don't you look around describe what you see as you're falling through the air.
So the rope is no longer attached to me.
No, you're attached. They appear to have let go of the rope.
I look and I assume I see lots of shrieking around as the other performers are also falling down too.
They are falling, but they are like...
Yeah, a little bit more poised to do it. Meanwhile, Nog is kind of doing like the splits in midair and like twirling and twirling and twirling around. And I guess screaming Valencia, Valencia, Valencia over and over. I'm so sorry. Oh God, Valencia, you'll be without a dad. Valencia, Valencia. Please forgive me. Why didn't Enor die? Why was it me?
It should have been
It should have been Enor.
That sounds particularly dramatic. A particularly perceptive person might notice the other acrobats laughing. Because just as your head is about to hit the stage, you are suddenly wrenched hard with an almighty, crank as they stop you about 18 inches off the floor, and suddenly flames erupt from the stage, because this is in fact part of the big finale. And then you go the last 18 inches very gently, and sort of just your head touches the ground, and then it folds up, and then you're just lying there as there's just flames shooting out, and there's dancers on the stage, and the people with the silks and the scimitars are back, and then the orchestra music is swelling, and the ringleader says, "Thank you all, thank you all, thank you for coming to the Masaaki Guerrilla Theater Troupe for social commentary and death-defying stunts. Please stop at the concession on your way out. We have a variety of local wines, beers, and ciders available for purchase. Thank you!" Cheering, the curtain closes.
This is going on. Nog attempts to push his sphincter back down in his esophagus, back down to his rectum.
And Parvis walks over to you, looks down and says, "Wow, that was great for someone who didn't know what they were doing. And you're all alive, which means you can come to the after party. Even you coward."
It's okay. I understand if some people aren't ready for special effects performances, but your kids are gonna love them.
Nog gets up dizzily and walks over to you. He's like, "I'm glad that I could shoulder that burden for you."
You did great.
Shova comes over to you, looks you over, and casts a Cure Light Wounds on you, and you regain 8 HP.
8?
8.
All right, back at 24.
Well, I'm going to get out of this corset.
So back to the costume department then?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I really don't want to give this back, but this was also
Magenta
her thesis.
will kill you.
Yeah, this was her thesis project, so I guess I'll return it.
All right, so you make your way back to the costume room.
The spiked whip is good, the sausage is evil.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
I have some stuff to watch when I get home.
No,
Have you
you
not seen
don't.
Zardoz? It's terrible.
It is sure as 70s out there.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, so you get to the costume room and you see Valencia there. She's eating beef jerky.
So she sees me walk in, probably cut up and I guess probably less cut up because you cured wounds on me. But I have at least dried blood probably all over myself and probably the costume as well. And I go, "Hey, did you miss me?" And I wave at my beautiful dog, to which she kind of looks at me and then attempts to lick some of the blood off and then spits because goblin blood tastes nasty and then lays down again.
Oh. Well, you return your costumes with very little show to Magenta. You get unchanged. So she looks at you and goes, "This thing doesn't even look like you used it."
Believe me, the outside is much more pristine than the inside right now after those first 2 performances.
Uh-huh. She just takes your costume and puts it in the laundry bag. So I think we can put everybody's normal costumes back up on the screen. You all get disrobed. And after a few minutes, she goes, "All right, that was good. I watched some of it. I was very impressed."
Oh, thank you.
She looks at Enor, and you tried hard. That's what counts.
Do I get a participation ribbon or anything like that?
I mean, you didn't die.
You know what? That's a good Life is a pretty good participation ribbon.
We here in the Cult of Rakdos believe in making the most out of life and doing what brings you joy and bringing other people's joy. And it turns out most other people are at the most joy when they think they're going to watch somebody else die. So you know what? That's just nature. That's the average Ravnican citizen. And who are we to judge? That's Rakdos' job.
I had a dissociative episode.
Well, you looked great doing it.
Oh. Good.
So, so you get out of the costume room, and
is there like a shower or anything down here?
There are some
wash
showers.
up a little bit.
You can wash up, and then after you leave, because this is the last show of the night, they've turned the stage into an after party, and they've got like beer and wine, and all the performers are there, and all of the people like sort of in the cult are there, who maybe aren't performers but help put on the shows, and just like guests of the show, which now includes the three of you. Congratulations.
Yay.
And the orchestra is like, a lot of them are drinking and carousing, but some of them are down there playing their instruments. They're all they're handing off, so, you know,
Jamming.
music is going, you know, but they're playing their own tunes. Maybe they're doing some King's Icor and the Warboar covers, because they are very popular. And it's also a free open bar.
Ooh, wicked.
Yeah.
There's red and white wine, wheat beer, dark beer, and Pilsner, and there's cider that was brewed in the Cardinia Mountains.
Oh, the good apples.
I'm going to grab some of that cider and then try to impress some of the acrobatists by doing a little magic for them.
Oh, well, then let's see how that works. I'm an acrobat.
I would love to actually just get
Are you impressing lady acrobat or a man acrobat?
It's called a man acrobat.
Hi, I'm an acrobat.
Hi! Got a trick I want to show you guys. See if you want to incorporate it into one of your shows.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will cast Silent Image once again and proceed to have my image rip off its own arm and beat itself to death with it.
But does blood come out? Real blood?
I mean, blood comes to the sides and everything gets very, very dirty here. But yeah, there's none on the floor.
Oh, that's great, but there's no blood on the floor. How are the audience supposed to know what's really happening?
Maybe a little bit of practical effects could work on this.
You should go tell Mr. Nishi about that, although we are kind of an old-fashioned troupe. But, hey, hook me up if you ever want to do any more magic.
I'll send the letter.
I guess they're into practical effects.
Yeah. I don't blame them.
They're old-fashioned.
You get a lot of things for free.
They've just got one performer in the back named Jorn Hansen.
Actually, I do have a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you get those blood packs?
Oh, we make them in-house.
Ooh.
What kind of blood do you use?
Oh, it's a proprietary blend of beet juice and sugar syrup and thickening gel agents like cornstarch and stuff. We find it's the most realistic and blends best with real blood.
Oh. I mean, I appreciate that you don't like it's not just actual blood. That's cool.
I mean, there's a lot of actual blood. That's why we hire a doctor whenever we go through town.
That makes sense.
How many drinks in would you have to be before somebody just treats one of those blood packs like a Capri Sun?
Just boop.
I mean, I think I'm 4 at this point, so.
Oh, there's already people. There's already like acrobats who are like playing around like with like the fake blood packs that haven't been used in tonight's performance because it's like somebody's job in this theater troupe to be making fake blood packs, right?
Right.
It's part of, the costuming department.
Yeah, probably like apprentice work in costuming.
Yeah, exactly. So, the people are like, "Ugh." Everybody's having a good time, right? Because people are cutting loose. They've had a very successful 6-day run.
I was just a little worried you had to provide your own when you were joining up.
No. If you join the Cult of Rakdos, we take care of everything that we need to do to put on a good show, especially here at the Masaaki Guerrilla Theater Troupe. We just usually don't let anyone on stage.
Well, good to know that we're in. And speaking of being in, we should probably go find Mr. Nishi, eh?
Right.
Get this whole thing signed, the reason we came.
I have the oddest full body cramp. I don't know what I did today. But it's like every muscle in my body just went...
I just fell 30 feet and then stopped instantaneously.
Yeah, that usually happens when you fall 30 feet.
So, roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a d6.
Goodbye.
2.
1.
1. Okay. We'll do 2 and then we'll do 1. While you guys are looking around for Mr. Nishi, Rin comes over to you.
Oh, hey.
Hi. She was standing with 2 other Rakdos members drinking some red wine, spots you, and comes on over and says, Avenir,
Yeah.
I'm extremely impressed with your dedication to your job.
Thank you. That was... I need to make out with somebody right now.
Yeah!
I've never done that before.
I would have been quite shocked if you told me you had, but I would believe it. Anyhow, let's go to the bathrooms.
Yeah!
Avenir will not be appearing in the rest of this scene. Let's resolve number 1 now.
2.
2. Yeah. Number 2.
Yeah.
Somebody you know comes over to you. He's middle-aged, not very good at his job, and very relaxed.
What's his name again? Shoot, I didn't bring my other book. It's dude who works the front desk, who keeps losing all of our stuff at the Boros Legion.
It's Bleznord.
Bleznord. Oh, right. Didn't I throw Bleznord in the...
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, Bleznord.
Nog, how's it going? What are you doing here? I didn't know you were so cool.
Oh, well, still doing that job I was doing before. And I guess they needed some help, so I put on my acrobating chops and helped out here in return for a signature.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, some of the acrobats tonight were pretty darn terrible, but that's okay. I still had fun. And I know a lot of people here, and it's just cool to hang out. Anyhow, the funniest thing happened to me at work. I got this lady named Agantha Sludge came in, and she started, reading us the riot act. And she was just she's like, oh my God, you are contributing to the delinquency of children. And she demanded to see Commander Akra. And she just, got super mad. And said that she was going to have my badge and all that. But it turned out Commander Akra wasn't mad because she knows I didn't have enough time off to go to the Cardinia Mountains. And also because this sludge lady described the complainant as a cheeky goblin and his foul-smelling war dog. So anyhow, the commander wants to have a word with you when you get back. Bye now!
I always knew my youthful exuberance would come back to haunt me in my career. Damn it! I deserve this. Nog goes back to the bar and orders 3 glasses of the Pilsner. It's tonight's a bust. I might lose my job tomorrow, so let's turn up.
Well, just when you get back. You don't necessarily have to go back till after the signature thing is over.
We can't stop questing until until it's over.
Oh God, I have to go back to work after this is done. Oh.
Hope you have vacation days left.
You don't get to do any
vacation
rolls,
days
because you're busy. Do you want to roll me a D4, Enor?
A D4? Oh.
Yeah. Because we're knocking off encounters.
2.
2. Guess who you see?
Is it Beppis?
No.
Aw, man. I'd be like, Beppis, what are you doing here?
But it's close. You see some rich-looking kids, one of whom is blonde and pale and shitty. And it's definitely Ogavin, and he looks at you and goes, ugh, and then pretends not to see you.
That's fair.
You want to try and talk to him?
Hello, Mr. Gobran.
And he's with a bunch of his crappy friends, and they're trying to talk to the acrobats, and they're like, oh, what was your name again? What do you want?
Ogren, have you tried the cider here? It's great.
No, if I was going to drink the cider, I drank it in Cornong. Ugh.
True, it is a bit fresher there. I didn't know you were a Masaki Gorilla fan, though.
please, this is the only social engagement of any worth right now in the entirety of the 6th District. And, you know, riches, boredom, my life is so very fraught.
But you got it a dinner. That's good.
Oh, no, I did have to go to the dinner. My grandmother was, well, she was my grandmother, but we don't have to see her again till next duopsony, so... Anyhow, please leave me alone now.
Okay.
Kids are shit.
He's awful.
Kids are shit.
Okay, now, there is somebody else coming up to you, in fact. She is a short girl with short, like, bobbed hair and big round glasses, and she is wearing black and blue robes, and she has tall boots on, and she has a notepad out, and she comes up to you and says, "Hello, I'm Franka Dobrek. I'm the arts and culture reporter for the 6th District Times-Picayune. It's very interesting to see a member of the Azoria Senate here."
Yeah, it's a neat show.
Oh, can I quote you on that?
I mean, yes.
Excellent. And what's your full name?
Enor. That's it. We don't generally have last names.
Okay, excellent. And what department of the Azoria Senate do you work for?
Oh, if you're looking for an official quotation on that, that's going to be different. You'll have to submit a 73 Mark II to the 16th Guild office, and I'll be able to get that back to you in 3 weeks' time, should it show up in triplicate.
Perfect. I'll just use the quote you gave me of "It's a neat show." Thank you very much. Here's my business card. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Miss
Franka Dobrek, arts and culture reporter, 6th District Times-Picayune.
Frank Dobrek.
All right, thank you very much. And then she goes off into the crowd to get more information for her story. Nog.
Yeah.
While you're at the bar,
Yeah.
Parvis comes up to you. He's very drunk.
Oh, so what a coincidence, because that's me too.
Hey, man. You did a great job tonight.
You did a great job. The way you span the thing, that's...
I thought you were gonna die, and then I was like, no, he's gonna live. And then I thought for sure you were gonna die again, but you didn't die.
I know. I thought I was gonna die that whole time too.
Oh my God, let's do shots.
Clink.
Directos.
To losing my job tomorrow. Hey.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not enjoying all this, but do you know where Mr. Nishi is?
Oh yeah, he's over there somewhere. Let me take you to him. Let's go. Oh yeah, you needed to do a thing or something, right?
Sign the thingy.
Oh, do you have the thingy?
Valencia had it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She should have one now.
Okay. Yeah. So
Valencia's with you again.
Yeah. All right. I like do the whistle, and Valencia, like, who's been resting over in this corner, like, comes over and with it in her mouth.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Is Valencia gonna have to hold your mustache later?
I gave the mustache back. I assumed it was part of the costume.
Are you gonna collect Enor on your way?
Yeah. Hey, Enor, the paper.
Yeah, we should get that signed before things get too out of hand.
Do you know where Avenir is?
Last I saw him, he was going off somewhere with that Rakdos chick.
Oh, we should go find him first, probably. Yeah.
He seemed like he's having a good time.
What would Vitugazi do?
Vitugazi would definitely encourage a multitude of numbers.
Be paper, and then get signed.
Right. In triplicate, triple means 3. We should go find our friend.
Sounds good.
All right, we go look for Avenir.
Okay. You weren't party to any of their conversation. Where do you want to look?
I ask around and see here if anybody knows where a very talented hacker bat went off with another girl. I ask if anyone's seen where Rin has gone, because didn't you say she went off with Rin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple people are like, I think I saw her heading downstairs.
I
I say, okay, thank you very much, and we start heading downstairs.
As we walk downstairs, I'll remind you that you do know that these are magic things, and they do get signed on every one, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we've done it all as a group. I'd hate for him to feel excluded.
I agree. Just want to make sure that everyone knows that we all remember that.
Yeah,
all remember that.
That everyone is here. All the people getting things signed are here at this very moment.
I meant the magic thing. Yes, yes, everyone who matters is here.
Oh my god. I hope Surge watches this and gets mad at
Avenir, where are you?
It's the biggest cultural night of the year. Everyone who matters is here.
Avenir, where are you? We gotta get the paper signed.
It's very quiet downstairs. Avenir, you can hear them coming towards you, but you don't have to respond to them.
Where are you, buddy? We need to get this thing signed.
It's not signed in triplicate if it's not at least 3 of us there. No, you count.
Maybe he's not down here.
I'll
somewhere else.
be right back.
Rin looks at you from the couch in Nishi's office and says, "Don't take long. We Rakdos get bored easily." And gives you a wink and licks her lips.
She's the snake.
Open the door, slam the door.
Oh, hey, Avenir.
Hi, what's up?
We gotta get the thing signed. We did the job, so now we gotta do the job.
Right, yes, let's go and do that quickly.
Make me a perception check.
That would be a 1, natural.
You're drunk.
I am
Make me
so
a perception
drunk.
check.
Thanks for having my back, Dice.
16 plus 1 is 16.
Avenir has dark lipstick all over his collar, his face, his neck, his ear, and like around his eye. Anyhow.
Oh, that's some good face paint.
Yeah, it was left over from the costume. I think the mask ran.
Right. Running masks. Wink.
Valencia like snorts.
Let's get the thing signed.
All right,
Avenir, make me a walking with grace check.
Please no. I'm going to say Dex save?
Yeah.
15.
You compose yourself and head upstairs.
Hooray.
Nailed it.
Gross.
All right. After not too much trouble, you find Mr. Nishi. He's surrounded by a group of people. He looks really happy. He's laughing, and everybody around him is having a great time. So I said to them, why not just have you guys go on stage? And you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Rapturous applause. Oh, hey! Speak of those guys themselves. How did you like working for the Rakdos?
Well, I mean, it wasn't working really. We haven't signed a contract.
You
I think the
didn't
labor.
Yeah, I don't think you actually paid us or
Cross
anything.
guilds, authorizations.
What are the work days like? Like the hours?
No, long, arduous. It takes a lot of skill to do this. You can't just go on stage and wing it. Otherwise, you end up like you. But you were surprisingly good. I think you could have a future with our guild if you ever give up this Azorius work.
I was told that I would find success no matter what career path I chose.
Oh, I don't think that's true of everyone. But anyhow, let's sign your agreement. A deal is a deal. And he takes out his pen. And he signs the agreement.
Chicks out here.
Valencia like plops it down with a little bit of drool on it and goes, yeah, it's good on this side too.
And he goes, well, fantastic. Oh, perfect. And he holds up the agreement with a big thumbs up, and you see and you feel a big flash hit you, and you see Franca taking a picture for the paper.
Ah.
Thanks. This will be great for my article.
Are we supposed to be keeping this secret?
Well,
It is a bit premature, but...
And with that, we call our session to a close.
Closer to death than the Gruul, the Gruul clan fight.
That was harrowing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on Dice Friends. We'll be back, same bat time, same bat channel next week. You did it! You survived my nefarious death traps.
That was awesome.
That was
Yeah,
so
that was
good.
rad.
Oh my god, that was super fun. Oh man.
And oh yes, and you guys can all go back to the party and do whatever you want. I assume that's stated as red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obligatory,
prob-
get drunk.
Yeah, he's acutely aware that he might lose his job the next day.
Oh, you'll probably just have to scrub the toilets or something.
I've gotten exceedingly good at that.
Chat had one incredibly burning question the entire time.
Oh.
What did Molander look like if he was there?
But I knew Molander wasn't going to be there because Serge told me a couple weeks in advance this would overlap with our with this session because I figured out where it was going to land and was like, can we please do the last session, which was plot related, while Serge is here because he doesn't actually miss anything by missing this session. And so I knew Serge wasn't going to be here, so I didn't end up, Featherweight didn't end up doing that art because why have him draw something that won't be used? But sexy, I believe.
These surprise costumes are like the
they're
highlight.
excellent.
They're so good. Thank you very much to you and Featherweight for coordinating it.
Yeah, they've always been
moly.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Featherweight knocked it out of the park. So yeah, I hope you had fun. That was in my notes when I was playing this campaign. I was like, they're going to go when they go to the Rakdos. They will have to do. They will have to be part of the circus, and I will put Rocky Horror references in there as like a way of disguising. Because I was like,
reasonable.
What? Yeah, I just love the idea that it's the annual Transylvanian convention with a series of tour dates. So anyhow, I hope everybody had fun. We'll say Avenir goes back downstairs.
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it?
I'm glad Ben. I'm glad Nog called it.
Yeah.
Casanova Nog.
So yeah, you have the Simic,
Right.
the Demir, and the Golgari left. You guys are making such good progress.
We've only got 2 more sessions of this.
Three
3?
more sessions.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
Our campaign has all the momentum of a runaway freight train.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anybody wants to make fan art of tonight, people are talking about it in chat. I would love to see fan art of especially the characters in their costumes.
Please.
Oh yeah. I was just like, oh, what's a great Tim Curry line? Space. Wrong movie.
Yeah. So
Right.
that was it. Wow, perfect timing. We have coming up, starting at 8 o'clock. The Broken Pact is coming up.
Yeah.
So
Run by our friend Ruben.
Yeah, got a good bunch of friends in there.
yeah, and apparently King Zykor and the Warbore were playing a show at a casino in Ruben's game.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The 6th District Sensation went on tour.
Oh,
Nice.
good for them.
Crossover.
Yeah. Oh, there we are. Stats: signature 7, session 7, signatures per session 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're nailing it.
Yeah, our KDR is really, it's pretty solid.
I mean, to be honest with
go to the
you,
rank.
it's not really 1 signature per session, but you get it sorted.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, thank you guys so much for joining us. If you enjoyed that, or if you missed part of it, or just want to watch the fun again, please check out youtube.com/loadingreadyrun for the replays that'll be online on Wednesday. And if you're not into watching on YouTube, you can tune in wherever fine podcasts are served. You could just type in Loading Ready Run or Dice Friends into iTunes or your Google Podcast or whatever. It's all there. So thank you very much, and we will see you next week. Yay!